Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec, and today I'm absolutely thrilled to be participating in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club telephone tag YouTube hop. And the way this works is one YouTuber creates a layout and secretly passes it along to another to scrap lift. That person will pass her layout along to the next person, and this is going to go through 9 different people. So over the next 9 consecutive days we're going to be posting videos on YouTube where you can see how this layout evolves when it's passed along from one scrapbooker to the next. Now, as it turns out, I'm the first person, so this is what we're going to be starting with today. I'm going to be showing you how to create an exploding photo mat with leftover papers and embellishments. And when I'm finished here today, I'm going to pass it along to Kelsey May Webster, who is a very talented scrapbooker, and she will post a video tomorrow. So tomorrow, as soon as her video goes live, I'll put a link to her video below. This is what I'm going to be using today. Leftovers from Vicki Boutin's Let's Wander collection, and I did do some preparation in advance. I prepared this frame style foundation with 3 sheets of paper, and I gutted 2 of them. There is a tutorial on my channel how to create a foundation page in case you're interested, and I will link it up below. Here are some scraps of paper. 2 of them came from the foundation page. I did trim down 3 photos in advance, and you're going to see I actually backed each one of these photos in 3 layers of cardstock. That's going to make these photos pop off the page, and you'll see that a little bit later on. Also, I have a tray full of embellishments, all from Vicki Boutin's Let's Wander collection. Like I said, this technique that I'm about to show you, which is an exploding photo mat technique, is a great way to use leftovers. Basically, what I'm going to do is have my photos grouped in the middle, and everything is kind of come out from the middle. Like I said, it's going to explode from the middle. The first thing I'm going to do is cut down a bunch of squares. Basically, I'm inspired by the square shapes of my photos, so I'm going to continue that. I have 3 different pattern papers here, and I'm going to cut out squares with these nesting square dies in 3 different sizes. Now, obviously, you don't need a die cutting machine to do this. You can cut out squares with your trimmer. And I do it, like I said, in 3 different colors. I am going to stop the camera and I will continue creating these squares. And I'll put measurements for everything I'm doing on the screen. And now what I'm going to do is play with placement. So I'm going to build out from these photos. I start with the 2 larger ones and I put them in opposite corners. Now I'm going to take this strong orange color and create a visual triangle around my photos. That really has a big impact on the page. And now, once that's established, I'm going to come in with the smaller squares. I end up stopping after 2. Once I'm happy with it, I snap a photo of it because I decide I want to add some ink to the foundation page. So that is a blending brush by Picket Fence Studios, and that ink is Soft Sky from Stampin' Up, and I'm just adding a bit of color to the foundation page. You're not going to see a lot of it. It's just going to peek out a bit from all those layers that I'm about to adhere to the page. So once again, I'm going to place my photos in the middle, but what I decide to do is round the corners of all of these squares. And I do find, this is new to me, even though the corner rounder, I've had it since 2004. I haven't used it in really a long time. I find that the fact that I'm rounding the corners kind of unifies all of these different pieces on the page. And as you can see, I decide to even round the corners of my foundation page. It wasn't my intent to unify the pieces, but I do find that is the result. So now what I'm doing is placing these pieces down exactly where I had placed them before. I didn't have to resort to the photo that I took. I more or less remembered. And so there I go around with my visual triangle. Now I'm tucking in the 2 smaller pieces. And once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to speed up the camera and adhere all of this to the page. Once that is all down, what I will do is establish a spot for the title as well as the journaling. And basically, that's more or less what I always do once I have the general placement down of the paper parts on the page as well as the photos. So I'm going to be using thickers from the Let's Wander collection. You're going to see them in a minute. They are meant to probably add some medium to them. They're like white with this outline around them, but I use them as is, and I actually quite like them that way. So I'm showing you right now what that photo mat looks like without the photos. To just give you an idea, I kind of basically built this organic shape around my photos. There was a hole in the middle, but it is covered up by my photos. So I have my letters on wax paper, the title. I played around with placement a bit. I contemplated doing it on a diagonal, but I think I'm going to go with it up and down at this point, and that's exactly what I end up doing. I am creating a tag. So this is graph paper from my stash. I have a punch from Stampin' Up! Called Delightful Tag Topper. That's 2 inches wide, and I just create myself a little tag. I don't have tons of journaling to do, but I do have a bit to do. And now what I'm doing is I have some ephemera pieces out, and I'm more or less establishing 3 areas where I will be creating embellishment clusters. So I have that one to the left that says Around Town, kind of a cityscape on vellum. Then I am going to have one on the top there on the right that says Fun Times. And then I have those sneakers, those running shoes at the bottom. So I'm adhering my photos. I did wait to adhere my photos till I started with the ephemera because I wanted to make sure it fit. And it's a good thing I did, because that piece that I put to the left of the photos that says Around Town pretty much takes up that whole block. So I definitely wanted it to fit on that block, and I didn't want my photo to cover up the word. Anyway, I'm tucking these pieces down. I'm adhering them to the page. I don't quite adhere the title yet. I'm still going in with some other pieces of ephemera, going into the sticker pack. I put that camera there at the bottom. I find myself another camera, and I'm going to actually pop that one up on foam adhesive. But one thing I can say, all of these ephemera and sticker pieces that I'm using, they all support my theme. This is me downtown in my city, a staycation during COVID, and all of this has to do with the theme of my page. I have cameras, I have a cityscape, it says Around Town, Fun Times, in the city, running shoes. Everything I'm using supports my theme. Now what I'm doing is adhering my title down, and I decide to put that down with foam adhesive as well. And actually it was quite easy to do that with these letters. They are chipboard, they're quite substantial, and they're pretty much filled in, so it was really easy to add the foam adhesive behind it. I finished at the top, and then I stopped the camera, and now I'm just finishing the title at the bottom. I do find when I have these layered pages like that, that having pieces on foam adhesive popping up really does help, as well as those photos which are popped up a bit. I'm going in with a few more stickers. I put that photo up ahead, and I'm now putting down some little word stickers over on the right, but that ends up being lifted up. I find them way too far over to the right. Then what I'm going to do is simply create a reinforcer for this tag. So I use a hole punch and then a 1/2 inch circle punch, and then what I'll do is add some twine. So I'm almost finished here. You're going to see in the photos at the very end, aside from adding the writing, I did add a few more stickers. Again, it all had to do with my theme. Those little phrase stickers that I showed you earlier, I end up putting them just above the word week, and I end up putting that sticker there that says vacation mode just on the left hand side of the page, and that's about it. So there is my layout. I hope you enjoyed how to create an exploding photo mat. I'm just showing you the dimension there. I hope you could see it. It really does help with this type of layout. Anyway, if you enjoyed this layout, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be absolutely thrilled if you did. Be sure to check out Kelsey's video tomorrow, see what she did with this layout as inspiration, and also as the days progress, I will add the links to the other participants below. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.